Hi, I'm Tori Morgan, and this is my network interview assignment. Today I'll be talking to Chris Brunell. He's a registered physiotherapist. I chose to interview him because not only do I respect what he does for a living, but I also look up to him as an individual. So Chris, I just want to thank you for taking the time
Thank you,
to talk
Tori.
to me.
Thank you.
I'm just going to ask you some questions about your profession and some questions about your personal life. Get to know a little bit more about you. You ready to begin? Ready to go?
I'm ready.
So first off, tell me a bit about yourself. Where'd you grow up?
Grew up in Dundle, Ontario, small town, 13,500. Basically, played a lot of sports. Was a farm boy. Quiet kid in school. And that's about it.
Yeah. Where'd you go to school?
I went to school started out in Dundle Secondary School. Played hockey back and forth and traveled back and forth from Aurora and played in Aurora. Played a bit of hockey there, went to high school there. And then from there went on a scholarship to St. Lawrence University.
Oh wow,
Yes.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. So you are a registered physiotherapist?
Yes, I am.
How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that for over 25 years.
Wow,
And,
long time.
love the job.
You enjoy what you do?
Oh yes.
Good, good. Why did you choose to pursue this profession?
I basically chose to be a physio. I didn't really think about being a physio at the beginning, but my brother's in a motor vehicle accident when I was 13 years old. It would have been Thanksgiving weekend of 1980. And he was in a coma. He acquired brain injury. He's in his coma for 14 days, and then honestly, back then in 1980, they just wheel your brother out and say, "Here you go, Mr. and Mrs. Brownell. This is your son."
Yeah.
And we had to teach him how to walk, talk, function, fine motor skills, all of it, all over again. So it's just like if you ever bathed your 19-year-old brother or fed your 19-year-old brother when you're 13 years old and you looked up to him at the time,
Yeah.
and he was a good athlete, you'd think, wow, maybe this is something I want to get into to help
Yeah.
other people out and find out what what I can help them with.
Yeah. So it was more of a personal or internal decision, you'd say,
Oh yes.
because of your brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you always see yourself in this position, or was there something else, another career you had in mind?
Well, I knew at the time farming, I wasn't going to be a farmer.
Right.
There's no rest for a farmer. They work day and night.
Yeah.
And I saw the hard times my grandfather went through, my father went through. So what I wanted to be was a phys ed teacher.
Yeah.
I thought being a phys ed teacher was the greatest thing. Go out, teach sports, go back to school. When school's finished, work on a golf game,
Yeah.
maybe play baseball, fastball, whatever you play in the summertime. Have time off, every weekend's off,
Yeah.
all your holidays.
A lot of perks with being a
Oh,
teacher.
there is.
Yeah.
Oh, there is. So, but
Yeah.
no, I fell into physio.
Yeah. That's actually something I've been considering, actually, becoming a teacher. Because like you said, there's a lot of, a lot of perks with it.
Oh, there is. There is.
What would you say you enjoy most about being a physiotherapist?
With my job being a physiotherapist, I work with a lot of acquired brain injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And so every day is a different day. You don't know how their body's going to function, the way their brain's reacting to a situation.
Right.
And I find it's great. It's like I said, a different situation involved in the same environment,
Yeah.
but different. Like one client will have maybe one broken bone with a brain injury, and
Yeah.
still, how does that brain help it function?
Right.
Will they understand the way we're going to work that day? Or I could have a client that had multiple breaks, like 39. I have a client that has 39 broken bones
Wow.
at the time of her accident.
Yeah.
And how is she going to function?
Right.
Or will she function?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great.
So your job's you'd say it's very relationship driven. You enjoy that aspect.
Yes. Yeah.
That's good. That's awesome. what do you know now, being a physiotherapist, that you wish you did when you first started out?
What I know now is to slow down, take a look at the situations, um, take your time. Life's going too fast. Take your time.
Yeah.
You know, with your clients. Get to know your client. Know what they want to do.
Right.
Know what their goal is. When I worked in the hospital first coming into this situation, it was just like, wow. No, 10 o'clock, you have your break.
Mm-hmm.
Lunchtime's lunchtime. Now it's like working with the client. It's their time.
Yeah.
Their money.
Yeah.
I'm privately funded, you know,
Yeah.
so it's I'd just say, have fun.
Yeah.
Enjoy your job. If you don't enjoy your job and work's work, then it gets boring.
Yeah. So I can tell you enjoy what you're doing now more so than working at the hospital, very routine driven.
Structured.
Yeah.
Just structured.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What advice would you give to someone like myself, or someone who wants to get into the door, into the health and wellness industry, or become a physiotherapist even?
Be open-minded. Just don't set your goals and I want to be a sports therapist. No, be open-minded. You want to be a therapist.
Yeah.
Help the old, help the young, help the new, help the whatever you need to do. Be open-minded.
Right. So don't close any doors, really.
Don't close any doors.
Keep your options open.
Love your job. Wake up every morning and say, this is what I want to do.
Right. That's very good advice. I'll definitely keep that in mind going forward. What sets you apart as an individual from others, or other physiotherapists, other people in your industry?
Well, in our industry, I work with a lot of clients that have many different types of behaviors, mostly inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
I work with the biters, the fighters, the chewers, the punchers, the throwers. A lot of inappropriate, like I said, that goes on.
Yeah.
Where you can't just send in, say, a physiotherapist that's 120-pound female that, you know,
Yeah.
with an aggressive type of person. Where I get a lot of people that, I get a lot of clients, I should say, that have a lot of inappropriate behaviors because of their head injuries.
Right.
So,
So you are dealt more of the extreme cases because of your personality, and
Yeah.
because I guess you're the only male within your company.
the criminals
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Who's going to work with them?
Yeah.
You know, criminals need physiotherapists when you go to the jails. Who's going to look after them?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And you're more of a extrovert type personality, so I can see you thrive in your profession.
love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? In the same position, or do you plan on doing something else?
Well, I'm not getting any younger. So, retirement?
Retirement.
No, I'm going to keep working in the same field.
Yeah.
I love my job. I can't see it changing unless the industry changes.
Right.
Obviously, we have to, we'll say every 5 years, there will be a standard. I work third-party funding with the insurance companies,
Mhm.
and that's who pays myself. And they look over all the objectives of, you know, my clients can't get out and about. Some of them are quadriplegics, paraplegics, where
Yeah.
they don't have the transportation, they don't have anywhere around them would be a facility or a hospital where they can go, so we go right into their houses.
Right.
So yeah, so I don't see myself changing, or that's what makes basically the world go round, is people going into other people's houses. you
Yeah.
know.
So you love what you do. You wouldn't
Love-
change a thing.
Love it.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. So now I found a lot of stuff out about your profession, what you do. I'm just gonna ask you some questions about you as an individual, more so what you do like to do outside of work.
Sure.
Do you have any particular passions outside of your job, being a physiotherapist?
Love sports. I love sports. I was into playing hockey basketball, track and field, just, that's my passion. My
Yeah.
passion. Or is to watch. I like to coach.
Right.
Different sports, be a mentor here and there, but also listen.
Yeah.
Love to see a smile on a kid's face.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. So you enjoy being active outside of work?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good. Yeah. What are your hobbies outside of work?
Hobbies, I collect a lot of sports memorabilia. It was 1976, my grandfather had passed away, and I used to go to the Senior A hockey games with him
Mm-hmm.
and watch the Dunnville Mudcats. And he said, someday, boy, you'll be playing here. Yes, you will be. Well, February 9th, 1976, I was having a birthday party, and all my hockey team was coming over. And boy, oh boy, Dad come through the door and said to my mother, I think we ought to shut this down because your father just passed away. So, make a long story short, on my wedding day, my mother handed me a box of, just a box, and I said, I already got shoes. I'm
Yeah.
fine. He says, no, this is something that your grandfather had left you in his will.
Right.
And it was baseball cards dated back to the late 1800s.
Oh wow.
Hockey cards dated back to the early 1900s.
Wow.
We'll say Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Ty Cobbs, to, as for hockey, the Montreal Maroons, the Toronto St. Pat's hockey cards.
Yeah.
And that's how I got into my memorabilia trading, and I loved it. It's a great hobby.
Is it just cards you collect, or are there any other things in your collection as well?
I have many things. I have over 150 autographed jerseys, some game worn, some just autographed, of course.
All sports?
All sports.
Yeah.
Basketball, baseball, hockey, hockey sticks, goaltender sticks, baseball bats, balls. I have a ball that is signed by Babe Ruth.
Wow.
So that's one of my...
Is that your most cherished possession, you'd say?
Yeah, that would be one of them. And yeah, I guess that one and a Babe Ruth rookie card.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
They would be my... Well, because they're worth the most, probably.
Yeah.
So yeah. Bobby Orr hockey sticks, autographed, from Gretzky's to whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's usually what I have.
Would you ever consider selling those items, or are they something that you want to hold on to?
Probably when I pass, my wife will be considering to sell it all. So, yeah, no, everything's for sale, because you can't have a passion where everything's not for sale.
Right.
And that,
Yeah.
the only thing that wouldn't be for sale is what happened. The way I started trading was, my grandfather had doubles and triples and a lot of really expensive cards.
Yeah.
And they were mint, because it's not like your grandfather's going to play with them.
Right. Yeah.
He looked at them and put them away. And so mine are mint condition. And I wouldn't sell that lot. I kept a single from every piece that he gave me,
Yeah.
and traded the doubles and triples away for...
So you're able to keep one but part with the other ones?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's-
So I
that's
would keep
awesome.
those, and everything else is for sale.
That's a very awesome hobby. I just have one more question for you. If you could go to any sporting event or concert throughout history, what would it be and why?
I would go back to the days, if I'm going back in history, of would be the 88 Olympics, where Carl Lewis long jumped 8 meters and 90 centimeters. That was amazing. He almost beat Bob Beeman's record in 1972. But I found that I love the Summer Olympics, as
Right.
well as I love the Winter Olympics. If I could go back in time, it would be to almost any Summer Olympics track and field.
Summer Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found that to be it's the best against the best. You're not at the Olympics unless you're best from that country,
Right.
and it's the best athletes. Imagine you in the village of the greatest athletes in the world.
Wow. That would be something, eh?
Vancouver was pretty popular too.
Yeah.
in their Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
And like they said, the village was really tight to the couple of the cities, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. To sort of branch off that question, if you could be a professional athlete in any sport of your choosing or play for any team that you wanted to, who would it be?
Back in my day, it would have been for the Philadelphia Flyers.
Broad
Playing
Street
hockey.
Bullies?
Absolutely. You got to rule that ice.
Yeah.
I tend to think the Philadelphia Flyers, and my captain would have been Bobby Clark. Reason that being is Bobby Clark was from Flin Flon, Manitoba. Didn't know if they wanted to draft him or not, but because he was a diabetic,
Mm-hmm.
and I've played with diabetics where they've had to take in their needles. They've taken their needles in between periods,
Wow.
just to keep the adrenaline going, to keep their to be able to function on the ice.
Mm.
So I find that I looked up to the Philadelphia Flyers.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. Plus, our growing up, our coach was Gary Gregory, and at the time his brother was Jim Gregory. Oh, they're brothers.
Yeah.
Jim Gregory's from Dunnville. He was a general manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Wow.
So we were born Toronto Maple Leafs, Toronto Maple Leafs, Toronto Maple Leafs, and as soon as Harold Ballard started trading all the good Leafs away, that's when I had to pick a different team as well.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Well, I'm a Habs fan, so I might have to disagree a bit.
Well, yeah. I'm a Canadian fan, but as all Canadian teams, if the Flyers don't win the Cup, then pick a team from Canada to win it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I'd like to thank you for taking the time out of your day to speak with me. I learned a lot about not only your profession, but you as an individual. So, good luck with everything in the future, Chris.
Well, thank you.
Just like to
Thank
thank
you
you
so
again.
much. Anytime.
Thanks, Chris.
And I hope I helped you out.
Oh, you did. 100%.
Well,
Thank
good
you.
luck with your project, and good luck with your career.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.